We are in desperate need of an upgrade here.
This week, officials from Blaine and Anoka County invited lawmakers from the state and federal level to take a closer look at a dangerous stretch of Highway 65, which cuts through Blaine.
5 of those intersections are the most congested, dangerous, and deadly intersections in the entire 7-county region.
The Blaine Police Department averages 10 calls a day for accidents on Highway 65.
We are on track to eclipse over 3,500 calls this year alone on Highway 65 in Blaine. And that's staggering.
The City of Blaine, Anoka County, and MnDOT have been working on plans to improve access and safety on Highway 65. The improvements would include overpasses at major intersections, which would also improve traffic flow.
Right now, the traveling in the entire corridor from Ham Lake to Spring Lake Park during the busiest periods can take 40 minutes. After these are built, 10 minutes.
There are 3 alternatives that were developed with this project. We're steamrolling ahead. There's been money secured already. There's still a ways to go, and we're going to be ready if that money hits the ground.
The Reconstruction project has secured $23 million to date of an estimated cost of $163 million. Funding applications have been made at both the state and federal level to push the project forward.
This project is a significant project, and there are many phases to it. But it's critical that it starts now. It's critical that shovels go in the ground here in the next year.
New home, lots of cardboard.
Judy Watkey is a frequent visitor to the Coon Rapids Recycling Center.
I've been coming to the recycling center since the beginning.
In fact, 2 decades ago, during her first visit to the recycling center, she was featured in an article and photo in the Star Tribune.
This is the jacket I was wearing then. I'm somebody who doesn't like to throw things away.
Judy isn't the only one who's conscientious about what ends up in the garbage. Plenty of local residents and small businesses use the recycling center, which is now in the midst of a big expansion project that will continue into spring.
If you don't need to come in and it's a little crazy and busy in here, it's going to be easier for you to park outside and enter through the side gates.
Carts are available for those who need them, and you can still drive into the center if you have big, bulky items. You're just asked to slow down and watch for pedestrians.
So there are spots along the way. So if you come in the yard for certain items, there are designated parking spots for those items.
The project includes the renovation of the main building that houses the cashier and office area. Also, a 130-foot-long building will be constructed on the east side of the center. It will house bales of recycling materials, styrofoam, and a garage, along with a reuse room.
We get paint, we get a lot of materials that come in here who have a lot of life left in them, or they're brand new and never been used.
Oh, it's really cool. When I go by a garbage can, a dumpster, it just breaks my heart to see things in there that I know could be recycled, that we could be reusing for good, and just keep it out of the landfills.
A little construction won't stop Judy Watkey from using the recycling center in the coming months, and she hopes others will continue to do the same.
When I showed up today with a trunk full of recycling, I had no idea you would be here, but it just touched my heart that you're here with a camera telling the story of just how this place is growing and will provide for even more people to bring their goods in.
The Coon Rapids Ice Center will be hosting some special themed skating events in the coming months. The first one, a spooky skate, will take place on Sunday, October 30th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Come in costume and check out the spooky hallway. Skate rental is available along with concessions. Kids age 5 and under are free with a paid admission. Then on November 20th, it's a Toys for Joy open skate from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Bring in a toy and receive a buy one, get one skating admission. Again, skate rental is available along with concessions, and kids 5 and younger get in free with a paid admission. And in December, jolly old St. Nick will be lacing up his skates at the Coon Rapids Ice Center. A Skate with Santa will take place Sunday, December 18th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Kids 5 and younger are free with a paid admission. You can also come early and check out a skating exhibition at 4:20 p.m. featuring students from the Coon Rapids Skating School. The city hopes to receive MnDOT approval by the end of the year to move forward with plans to design a full interchange at Highway 610 and East River Road. Another public open house will take place Thursday, October 27th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Head Start ACAP building on Foley Boulevard. Residents are invited to get updates on the project, speak with engineers, and provide additional feedback. For more on the history of the project and the latest information, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov/610proposal.
It's just great to be back in the schools again.
On Tuesday, students at Eisenhower Elementary got a special visit from Sparky the Fire Dog along with Coon Rapids firefighters.
Part of your escape plan, you need to have a working smoke detector, right?
They shared their Fire Prevention Week message, which reminds us that fire won't wait. Plan your escape.
So that's why you need to practice your escape plan and get efficient at it so you can get out of your house under 2 minutes. That's the key. Get out of your house in 2 minutes.
This was the first time the firefighters were back in the schools since the COVID-19 pandemic. Student volunteers got to put the escape plan into practice.
The reason for that is smoke rises. It's lighter than air. That's why our smoke alarms are at the ceiling.
I really think the modeling, bringing in, equipment, door, window, things like that for kids to actually see and just really kind of go through experience and have it be modeled for them is really, really effective.
What number do you call in an emergency?
If I practice my escape plan with my family.
This week, the firefighters will take their fire prevention message to every elementary school in the city.
So we like to have everybody go to their meeting spot, which is a fire hydrant, a tree, or a mailbox, something that does not move.
It's an important message they'll be sure to bring home.
They'll be talking about it for weeks.
If you're looking for a fun fall event for the whole family, you'll want to check out Rocky's Pumpkin Patch coming up later this month. The 4th annual event takes place on Saturday, October 22nd from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Sand Creek Park. Each child will receive a free pumpkin. There will also be a giant slide, inflatable obstacle courses, musical chairs, bingo, face painting, and a free photo booth, along with giveaways and candy. Those who dress up in a costume could win a prize. Local organizations that serve youth will also be on hand with information. Rocky's Pumpkin Patch is sponsored by the Coon Rapids Community Strength Foundation with support from the city. Here's a quick recap of the Tuesday, October 4th City Council meeting. Expansion plans at the Coon Rapids Recycling Center took a big step forward this week. On Tuesday night, the City Council awarded contracts for the project, which will be partially funded by grants from the county and state. Plans include a new building for styrofoam recycling, a reuse room for paint and other items, covered storage to keep collected materials dry and clean, along with additional parking and traffic lanes. The changes will help staff better manage materials and site circulation. Also this week, the City Council introduced an ordinance that makes updates to the Mississippi River Corridor critical area. The proposed ordinance includes more detailed standards than the current ordinance, including those for grading and soil disturbance, bluffs and bluff setbacks, and permits for vegetation removal and land alteration. The final ordinance will be adopted at an upcoming meeting. Action by the 2017 state legislature required cities in the Mississippi River Corridor critical area to make the changes. The city of Coon Rapids is now at the top of the pack when it comes to the Minnesota Green Step Cities program.
It's really exciting for me to be here to present your Step 4 and 5 award. The program has 5 steps, so this is the ultimate achievement.
A representative with the Minnesota Green Step Cities program presented city staff with an award for reaching steps 4 and 5 of the program, which helps cities achieve their sustainability and quality of life goals. Those achievements include a continued focus on cost savings, energy use reduction, and encouragement encouragement of civic innovation. And that's a quick recap of the October 4th City Council meeting. As always, you can find the full meetings on cable or the CTN Coon Rapids YouTube channel.
Ready and go.
In the Bel Canto Choir at Coon Rapids High School, voices blend in harmony. This summer, junior Damaris Jones hit a high note when she was crowned the first ever Miss Juneteenth of Minnesota.
There's so many expectations for women of color, and so me winning Miss Juneteenth, it's showing that many people that it's not an expectation, it's just who you are. You can do anything you set your mind to.
It was really exciting to hear about it on the first day back this year. It was the first thing, big celebration, so really proud of her.
I am Damaris Jones, and I am the first, yes, I said first, Miss Juneteenth of Minnesota!
Since Damaris earned the title back in July, she's been busy making lots of public appearances in and around the Minneapolis area. She credits her friends and family for their support.
I would not be able to do it if it wasn't for my family. They push me to be the best that I can be.
The next step for Damaris will be to compete in the National Miss Juneteenth pageant in Galveston, Texas on October 15th. If you'd like to learn more about Damaris Jones and her journey to the national title, check out her GoFundMe page at gofundme.com. Just search for Damaris Jones.
Well, I want to welcome the parties to mediation. My name is Kathy. This is my co-mediator, Lonnie.
In this demonstration of a housing dispute between a landlord and a renter, mediators use well-established ground rules which gives each side the chance to express their view without interruption.
We have a provision in the lease that you need to ask for permission to paint. You did not do that.
There needs to be some color on that door.
Through the process of mediation, the parties decide what happens instead of a judge in a court of law. This has been the mission of Mediation and Restorative Services for the past 35 years.
One of the issues is the paint in your apartment and whether it turns back to white when you leave.
Today, Lonnie McCauley still volunteers as a mediator, just as she had back in 1987 when she was a key founder of the nonprofit.
So I literally went to every city in Anoka County, every city and township, and said, this is what we would like to do.
McCauley said it was originally called Mediation Services for Anoka County.
And we started out with the community issues that had to do with neighbor to neighbor, neighbor to city, that type of thing where people are not agreeing and they're having problems and the police have been there 5 times. And how do they get together and talk about what it is that's bothering them and what is there in agreement with? How do they come to the middle?
Today, Executive Director Bernadette Foe oversees a lean office staff which gets major support from a group of volunteer mediators.
So we currently have about 50 volunteers and about 42 active volunteers in total.
The organization expanded to include restorative services, which can help build positive relationships and connect people with the resources they need.
At the heart of every conflict is poverty, because they are competing priorities. And so that holistic approach has further widened our scope because we now have formed collaborative partnerships with other organizations like Salvation Army and other food shelf organizations.
Since COVID-19 hit back in 2020, all mediations in Anoka County have gone online.
We do it virtually and it's been working great.
The work might look a bit different today than it did 35 years ago, but the impact is as important as ever.
Most of the time they want to be friendly, they want to get along, and they do, and we help them do that.
The mediation services they offer are voluntary and often free to people living in the Anoka County area, which helps them avoid the cost of going to court.
We are here to make sure that we can help people come to peaceful solutions for issues that they face in their daily lives.